Yo, you're truly college boy Jesse, and right now you're looking at hee-haw. Oh gosh.
The only podcast that would have you singing soca like Messi or playing football like college boy Jesse.
Oh gosh. Thanks, boy.
I'll work on that one. So we're on episode 50.
Wait.
51? 51.
Wow. Special number, there, man.
51.
Taking that.
This is a good one because, this is our midweek episode. We do not live on, well, I wish it was live on.
They're going to be live very soon, as usual. This is Toolman with Mr. Bazie. And
We just here. We do nothing.
we've got somebody on the show.
So, a very interesting guest, a special friend of mine, a person who we consider to be both skillfully in soccer and football, and we just trying to have a good little chat, I have not seen this man in... Doug, you are one of the most obscure but flamboyant people I know. In terms of you don't really come out and the outgoing personality, but people just see you. Just make notice, So,
yeah, man.
Introduce yourself the right way now, man.
Hee-haw. You're truly college boy Jesse. Yeah, man. I hear on the inside. We vibing.
Well, wow. Oh, thank you. Press the button. Press the damn button. Damn it. Yes, so we... Welcome. How was your week so far, gents?
I don't know. It was going in government economy and you're gonna make it, If you don't make it, well...
Likewise,
Because it's long weekend.
Yeah.
Have a fabulous...
So the week, well, it kind of get cut short, but yeah. So it goes.
Hey, fellas, and I have to say this instantly. If you're looking to jam this weekend, you were supposed to book that bull since last week. Because Jesus Christ.
The only jam you seen this weekend is Matux.
Yeah. Nah, I promise. All the girls booked up. Even the venues.
So sorry to hear that, mate.
Nah, I called him. It's like, we was whole last week. I was like, last week. It's like, yeah. So it's looking like a dry long weekend for your boy.
Nah, man. Cause still wet up palm, man,
Wet up palm?
Yeah, wet up palm.
I wet 2 palms and let's go. Wet the double palms.
I
don't have my money book to pay for my session. And then, I might as well spend the money and spend some time with myself.
See, it's that. Jesse.
Yes, Jesse.
2024.
Yeah.
Soca music on your horizon. The journey of a soca artist for the year.
Yeah.
Kind of walk us through basically what your calendar year does look like as a soca artist in 2024.
Right. So Trinidad and Tobago starts the carnival. Well, I should say Trinidad now because Tobago ends the carnival circuit.
Jesus Christ.
So Trinidad starts the circuit. And after Trinidad is basically tour season for soca artists. Most weekends we're not home. And that is basically how it goes. So it's basically a situation of juggling, creating again, because everybody talking about soca not seasonal, but we always creating and we always putting out music even during the year.
Yeah.
And this is not a now come thing. This is something like for years. Some might see it as, we putting out music for the other carnivals. But I wouldn't say that is the case because the same music from Trinidad Carnival would overlap into the other carnivals throughout the entire year. So the music that we're really creating is just a situation of pleasing the fans of soca throughout the year. It's not necessarily for a carnival.
What's the furthest, you land so far with the soca? Like, where? Destination?
Amsterdam.
Damn.
Yeah, I think that is the furthest.
That Amsterdam soca experience. What does it be like? Is it Trinidad diaspora or is it like European people?
It's a mix of both.
Yeah.
And that was a real special experience for me because it was a period where Trinidadians didn't really know who I was. But I got a booking there, so it shows where the music could really take you.
And this was 2024?
No.
Oh, before? Okay,
This was 2017, 2018 or something like that. Before Soca Monaco or anything else.
Time.
And that weekend I had a booking Friday night London, Saturday night Amsterdam, but it was an audience where And I mean, Amsterdam is Dutch speaking.
Yeah.
So that made it special that, you're performing soca to places that people don't even speak English. And it's a community, it's West Indian community, but yet still it have the Dutch audience there. And so it was a mix. So it was really, really a special experience. Over most of the places I perform, I feel like that one was one that stood out to me because of that, the language mix. Yeah.
But most of the people that speak like 2 different languages, so they still come out as like, hey, I saw you from X. What was the?
So I mean, like, does it have the same resemblance to Trinidadians in our party? Like, you would be performing for Trinidadians, and they would have this kind of, if you're not scoring as an artist,
Nah, boy.
it's hype all the way.
Yeah, boy. They just show you more love, and I say this all the time.
More love.
Trinidad is one of the toughest audiences to please.
Damn.
And Tobago is tougher, yeah?
Damn.
When it comes to soca, that is.
Yeah.
And I mean, even the King of Soca have challenges in Tobago. I've been realized talking it.
Yes.
Tobago, because they're not that type of jump up and wild up kind of audience now. They are more of the buy my bottle.
Okay, stunting.
That is Tobago.
Oh, is it? So Tobago is as Fifth Street. Okay.
Tobago is that type of vibe. And they're more,
said what I said.
They're more dancehall too. Like, they have a different love for dancehall more than our stuff. That's just the reality.
Yeah,
so
Tobago goes
so
up to
us going
Jamaica.
there, if you really move Tobago, it's good training ground now. And that's how I see it.
Yeah.
Tobago, even Trinidad is good training ground. I like when I have a new song to introduce and it's training ground.
And you had to make it break properly.
Yeah, so once you really connect, it gets easier.
I watch your dog, big man. Thing.
I said pause.
You get time, do it yourself. Yeah. You just another interlude now, that thing.
Yeah, man, I see that. Yeah, but now, but outside it's a lot easier. They're not just looking at you, they like and listening. And that is the next thing too throughout the years I get to understand, where not all the time you get it jump up and you wind up and the hand and the wave.
Yeah.
And you might thinking again forward. Sometimes people they're now seeing you now. So they're paying attention now. It's not that they don't like you, it's just that
He doesn't know how to read them because they don't know how to read you.
yeah, they're just like, nah, let me take him in. He good enough, but let me just take it in now.
Understand.
So sometimes it's that's the case too, and we get to learn now as we go through a little different.
I believe it's a lot of Trinidadians. We love to say Chinese really support our stuff now, but I think it's a lot due to the fact that Trinidadians are a little bit more skeptical than most. Right? We don't really take a story for face value. Trinidadians are the most skeptical people. Somebody will come at somehow places like where's called this thing now? Just the other day, take all these people money, get GXL and all these people and thing. Then pyramid scheme, man.
Right, yeah.
We quick to go with a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
But we always weptical for a story.
Wait talking about like if he was the top guy you're talking about, like in soca now, and then they'd be like, yeah, I was just fan. But like the climb, nobody know what the climb, that's what you're saying?
Well, you see, they want to appreciate the climb, but they don't want you to falter. Because the second you make a mistake, use real shit now.
That's true.
No, that is
That's
real.
serious. I don't know.
No, that is who we are.
Let me explain to this day, right? Like soca is not really my genre.
Yeah.
Like if you was doing fist pop, if you was doing EDM.
You know who I see that with? Trinidad James, though.
Ooh.
With Trinidad James,
We was on that, we was riding that roller coaster.
riding that whole wave when this man, and people did not know who Trinidad James was from the beginning, but the credibility of it being from the outside, and it's like a big thing from the outside. He come down Trinidad, of course, everybody will follow it.
Yeah.
After was he tune goal all the after that
All goal, everything is in here.
Nothing else we know of. Nothing else we paid attention to.
he did other things, you know.
Females,
Yeah, of course.
He did
The man
female
do movies and all.
Females welcome. He do that down here. That was the one he shoot in St. James. Females welcome. My side chick is my main chick.
So we only about the hype. I mean, we won that hype. We won. I just see the sport Kishon World Cup. You name it.
But it makes us, how I see it is, it truly makes us good enough. The little pressure, it truly makes us like always have to be on my P's and Q's. Always try to.
But you ever get the somewhat like the low, what I call it the low tail. Remember Sonny man? No, this was it. If only old enough to remember that shit. Remember when low tail now come out?
Right.
Everybody was running low tail. Then there reach a point where it gets so clean.
Feet, yes.
I think you get bottled off stage at that time. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
like how much time you go sing that same tune, sonny, man?
If I went out and it's like, yo, Jesse, you suck. You never get that?
Never gonna.
Thank the Lord.
What's your biggest hater moment
Yeah,
that
what's
you
your-
experience?
Soca Monarch. Soca Monarch. And it was expected though.
Okay.
Because of course, who the hell is this youth man that just come and win this thing? Like that don't happen now.
Let me get into the Soca Monarch situation. Look, the Soca Monarch thing is...
Till even artists who I consider like brethren
And if
was hating like people who I grew up looking at
Licks,
and
yeah.
storming Soca Monarch to see perform, and we cool throughout the years, and then when it happened, it's like, who is he? You
That's
don't know
a
me. All of a sudden, you don't know me. Like,
Yeah.
That was
That's a real.
Yeah, that was
So
true.
like eye opening. So now you're just more like reserved. Say, yo, I cool. Come on, go in the song, man.
Nah,
Like,
it was expected, man. I mean, we in a sad state when it comes to culture and how we approach it throughout the years. I mean, we come from a place of competition
Yeah.
in everything.
Yeah.
So we don't know about truly supporting a colleague because we always in competition with a colleague.
Yeah.
So
Scarcity
that is
mindset.
foundation that
Yeah,
came from home.
scarcity.
That is starter carnival is always competition. So that is just who we are.
Yeah.
That is just who we are. It's sad. It's a sad thing.
And like, if I really is to break it down the way I see it,
Yeah.
I'll try to be as concise as possible. Yeah, son. The whole point I look at it from is that Trinidad is a place where the competition is right. But however, we don't like to compete, we like to compare. In a sense now, boy, because you might have 5 men riding horse.
Yeah.
Some 5 jockeys. As a professional dog. Don't play come on.
Yes, yes. That's a while. I just saying.
There are 5 jockeys, dog. Right? And Trinidadian jockeys we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Each of these 5 jockeys not trying to accelerate and elevate their personal game as
Right.
as a jockey.
Right.
What they're doing is saying, well, that man riding with his knee on his side, let me ride with my knee on his side. He carried his knee on his side like me because and it's always back and forth
Right.
across the
Right.
channel rather than saying, boy, I go and spend 10,000 hours riding and perfecting my craft, and it will ever be that.
Compete against yourself. Boy.
Yeah, so we always looking in somebody else's lane and trying to replicate or so that is why I see the competition
Horse
being bad.
blinders. Yeah, no, see.
Yeah, now see it.
I know. Horse blinders. That's not. All that crazy right now. All that crazy.
Yeah, but that's how I see it, and so we getting back into the Soca Monarch experience because
Yeah.
as a youth man growing up, Soca Monarch was the most prestigious event for Soca as an
Yeah.
artist, and I over the years that thing turned to real dog shit by real
Yeah.
talk. So where's your take on Soca Monarch?
Soca Monarch is a show, right? Soca Monarch is a show. Just like right now, the government is actually offering promoters the opportunity to host the new show. It's not going to be called Soca Monarch because that title is owned by the promoter of the name Soca Monarch, right?
Right.
Okay.
So there's my take on it. People always felt throughout the years this is a government thing and it had to happen, and it's a Soca Monarch is a show. One man say I want to do a show and he called it this and he created that. However, if you own something like that, you could do whatever you want with it.
So come on, it's privately owned.
But yes, but it is not a public event. It is sponsored by the government. But it is just like it's sponsored by NLCB and sponsored by whoever Digicel or B-Mobile, whoever decide to sponsor it. But it is privately owned.
What?
Yes, from foundation. The original owner of Soca Monarch is William Monroe. Right? William Monroe. And it was sold, I'm not sure if the entire percentage was sold, but it was sold.
I think I saw Fian Lyons as a representative.
Fian was the producer of the show in 2019. Right? And in 2020, the producer was Simon Batiste and his company. Can't remember the name. Can't remember the name of the company off my head, but that is basically it. But it's still owned by
As private entity.
One person and his company own Soca Monarch.
Shit.
So this is why we didn't have Soca Monarch since I won. I was the last one, 2020.
Like that Susu and them.
2021, they had the virtual
That's
show.
crazy,
And since then, we haven't had the full show again because the promoter, of course, Just like any promoter, you're looking to do a show and you're seeking support and sponsorship. And if you don't get enough sponsorship, you can't do the show. So that's
legit,
basically the situation.
You might very well go down as being the last soca man.
No, that is not the case. Well,
Damn.
well,
You could have go
well,
down
the
Might as well.
Yeah.
well, the Minister of Culture, it was on papers the other day where he's now offering promoters the opportunity to partner with the state to do the show. However, they can't use the term, but whoever you want to call it is going to be the competition that represents soca. And I believe that next year it would happen.
Soca, not Monarch.
I have a question. You are well aware of music around the world.
Yeah.
You know all the best genres and things that, well, the most leading genres of music.
Yeah.
In the world, you know. Which other genre than soca music operates in a manner where competition is used to exercise or figure out who's the best artist?
Rap.
Which other genre uses that form of metric?
No. I don't know of any other genre. And this is where now, years ago, 2020 was my first time entering and my last time entering, right? And it's because of the same thing that you're mentioning. And my brother and I, and our approach and how we would like to represent culture. Mm-hmm. We all, from primary school, come straight up, we whole life, everybody knows competition. We wanted to take a different route. However, I run into a road of, if you don't go on this stage, then nobody in the culture is going to know your name.
That was before social media. Yeah.
And this is what now forced me to say, okay, let me take a try. And that is what happened in 2020. That is just the bottom line. That platform before social media, that was the platform for people to know that you exist in soca.
So prior to that, what you was doing before 2020?
I was just storming people's stages.
Oh.
I would travel and storm your stage.
So
Is that the tenacity by Jesse?
I just wanted a moment to be seen and heard. And that's what I did. And I invested in myself. And I would put out music every year. And I would even locally all over. I would just go to the carnivals, just get a few minutes and just to be heard and seen and build more audience from there. And that's what I did.
So Joke Bunny Junction, that was because that was the.
I did too.
And I like this is the song that my cousin was fiance.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, you don't know that song?" And she mentioned her name, and I was just like,
fans.
And she mentioned her name.
Appreciate that.
No, Crystal, big of yourself. Anyway, so she was like, "Yeah, you don't know the song, but then and College Boy Jesse," and I like. I don't know, but then I get
fairness to you don't listen to stuff.
No, fairness to me. I was just like, ting. So then I get it, dung, 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 dung. I say, wait, this now, where they coming back? So how that was created to the point where you pull back the sample of this, and then all was like, let me just spaz on this shit for like 3 minutes because it was vibes. I like.
So the way that the public saw it. Isn't how it really came about, But everything has happened for a good, a happy way it came out.
Yeah.
But this was a project that I had in mind of doing a long time. I'm talking about this project was released, or the freestyle that people saw on social media came out somewhere around November. And I was working on this project since June that year. So June, July, because the song, of course, is a remix. The original is from Mighty Gabby from Barbados. The owners and producers of the song is Eddie Grant. And so we had to get all them clearance and all that type of thing. So we were in communication for that. And then we were in studio back and forth because I recorded my part. Then I saw a call young brother. He recorded separately. And then he was like, you know what? We need to find time because we both were traveling a lot. We need to find time where we could be in studio the same time to actually record the vocals. Now, if all I really hear the original of that, young brother have about 5 verses. Like he just had to spit all over.
So it was not a freestyle. That was just
no. We had proper recording. So like he had about 5 verses recorded, and a producer and colleague of mine in our band, the All Stars band, he from Barbados, Mikey, and we sent all the vocals to Mikey, and it was between Mikey and our song engineer Karen that now make it the song.
Right.
So they take all the different parts and they put it together to the way that people heard it, right? However, we went and shoot video and thing. We shot video for the song before everybody see that freestyle thing. Video was already shot. Everything
So
was
the video
done.
that came out, that video was done before.
Everything was
Okay.
done, right? And we shared the final stuff to the owners of the original. For, okay, this is what we're going to do thing.
There's a representation.
And then the man was like, nah.
You don't want to hear
He
that.
was like, all it, nah, don't pour that. And this where now he started threatening with legal stuff and all of that. Yeah. I tell him it's real. He started threatening legal stuff, but we haven't really done anything to break any laws because it's like basically a cover.
Yeah.
So we put all the disclaimers on the visuals, everything, and that was that. Now, we kind of pause on that. When he say hold up, we pause on that. And I happened to be in studio by Young Brother and them for the mixtape the week after that.
Right. And they can't really sue for
You
mixtape
can't
because
use-
it's free.
you can't use that as a...
We didn't really intend to go and sing it there, you know. So I just went, I was promoting my other song by them, Good Friend Better Than Pocket Money and thing, and then Hottie press play on the instrumental. And what we going to do in that point in time?
Just
You
ready
want
with
to sing the next song?
Just ready with
You
it. I
want to sing
mean,
the next song?
it was only natural.
Yeah, we did the song and it went viral, and then we just
No, it's
the
automatic
public,
vibes.
the public take it and do what I do, and we was like, okay, well then now we force, and then they wanted to pull it and all of that, and we just do what we had to
That's
do.
why easy because
Everything
it was in
happening,
this. I'm not sure it is. It's like where it's like the DJ booth and it have the like the wood sound diffusers in the back. And I was like, the first time I heard it, I was like, dog, this remix
This,
kind of
this is
about
my
it.
Young Brother studio. Was it?
Ah, yeah,
Optimus.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, it had a couple people that was working on that project before that actually come out. Kamau was the first one that actually went into the stems of the original and added
But these are some big names. you
added
call it.
music. Yeah, it had men who work on this thing proper before people actually hear it as a freestyle or whatever.
But I'll tell you because this way, I don't know. But do you think no, considering like what how to say children because we cannot like what the kids listening to, what the youths and them listening to,
Yeah.
that the lyricism kind of shift out of the way when we was growing up, it was just like it double entendre. You say the slackest shit on the radio, but because technically I have not used the word penis, vagina, pussy, dick, whatever, however. It was cool. Now it's just like, yo, I'll break in your face. It's fucking
I
same.
was having a conversation just the other day with somebody, and that is where it's at right now. We used to like long time culture used to filter this stuff, you know, you can't say that whatever. Pili putigal and whatever. And we didn't
Yeah. I was
No.
a sucker, Julie Mango.
No, it
Top of the
is
line,
I
like,
just
yeah.
went-
no holding back. It is straight to the point.
And then,
Straight to the point.
Outrageous,
It's
man.
not about it's straight, and even with us creating too is like it's a different audience. It's straight. Like even look at hip hop. People actually used to listen to hip hop and in Jay-Z and Eminem and them era, and it's only Kendrick probably trying to be poetic or like it didn't
Or
really
like the bar for bar kind of vibe.
it's like you can analyze
didn't have that no
lyrics.
more. It's like straight to the
Hey,
point
listen, I'll
across
kill
the
you, I'll
board.
bully girl. I'll kill you, I'll bully girl.
Straight to the point.
Kill your man.
Straight to the
kill your man.
simples. Everything's very simplified now. You know.
But is it for the better or is it for the worse?
I can't say what better and what worse because like our parents would think the music that we appreciate is shit. And the same way now we might think the music that our kids listening is shit. So it's just generation and different you know. I wouldn't say what better and what worse and what, because music is expression and it ain't really no right or wrong, you know. It's just how you feel and how you interpret it and how you
Yeah. Well, I want to really both onto the creative process I guess have now, but like coming from a high, you call it, hit record. It was a viral record, a hit record, a score. What pressures you face as an artist coming back again, trying to create another, you know, similar record now? Like, was it juniors go through to come back with something big?
You have to understand yourself, firstly. And this is the stage that I am at. I've been through a couple of transitions because from Happy Song truly was me expressing me. And I get to realize that I am the modern classic. So like if you listen to the elements of the music that I do, it's authentic soca. You will hear them horns, you'll hear them live instruments. That is my song now. So I get to understand my song, and then I would bring my vibe to that classical song. So I see modern classic. And it's the same thing that I try to do with the same remix with Dr. Cassandra at Chocony Junction is that it's bringing old generation and now teaching it to the new generation, so that I am basically the gap between both. So
The millennial gap, boy.
yeah. So it's understanding that and staying true to that now. And at times, so like I've been with the All Stars band for the past 2 years.
Big up All Stars, yeah, man.
Big up All Stars. Nah, not Pan.
Oh,
Roy keep on All Stars,
shit.
now the All Stars, so I'm the lead singer of the band, right?
shit.
yeah.
I'm the lead singer of my band.
So with that now,
Bazie, boy.
with that it was a lot of learning because I'm dealing with guys who been involved in soca from the start of soca. They played for everybody. So it's a situation of trying to now fit the mold, because it was different. It was a situation of I not just only creating for myself, but now it's the sound of the band. Now the band also sharing music for me that I must represent the band with.
Yeah.
So it's not like I go in studio and just writing for me alone. It's a situation of they bringing songs to me.
Right.
So Blacks is the same thing. So like Blacks went through that with the band where they would bring songs and sing that. Look Hulk, look this one, look that, and that's how it goes. So I had to adapt to that little change in my vibe.
How that does work out in terms of I want to say sampling. So okay, it have no MPC in the studio here where it's doot. It don't have that. It's like the horn man come
Live, yeah.
do that so, and then just merge it after.
That's amazing.
So yeah, but the producer would actually play all them little thing. It wouldn't be live from the start, but then now
Horn man,
will, we would want the live sound and certain things.
because you can't replicate horn
Yeah, we
digitally
want live.
yet.
And then
Yeah.
sometimes too, we would have the song without horns, the production without horns, and big up Jakey, who's a part of the band, and he would hear where he feel horns need to go, and then he would play it.
And living it.
They would actually produce it, yeah. Then bring in the whole brass
Keys
line,
thing.
and they would play the original thing.
That remind me a long time when the Calypso Monarchs and them. That these men sit down in Skinner Park and this whole day.
Yeah. I had to.
A man with a whole
I had
day,
to-
boy.
I
That's
had
the joke I was
I
making
had
about kitchen, huh? Like if you listen
Christ.
to Sugar Bobo, it was like 3 minutes of them just playing.
Just playing this.
And like,
Some of them men is men in our band who's being Calypso.
Oh God, I need to ask one of them this. Before
Yeah,
that
them
song start and Kitchener come out like after 3 minutes. There was customers like Kitchener.
It's like when you go and start to sing, dog.
Good song, man.
Banker or Sandin. Yeah.
No, but then no. But then, if I correct me if I'm wrong, I think some of these musicians like their little time to shine on.
Of
on
course,
rhythm, you know.
of course.
Kitchener was like basically like play
All they play all themselves. Yeah.
That's vibes too. No, yeah, because I see real artists in Trinidad come with one mega hit, and boy,
And then that's it.
And that is it then.
the wilderness.
Yeah,
Sometimes you
nah.
pass on the avenue, you see them meeting our doubles. You want to talk to them and say, dog,
No, but here, let me be real, yeah?
Oh.
Here the real thing with this that is hurt artists, yeah?
you're right.
You drop about 3 songs, and a man bunks you up on the road and say,
That's real.
you ain't poured nothing for Carnival. Ooh. Then you now drop 3 songs and you're promoting it hard, but then it is hurt, man. It is hurt, man. But then sometimes I don't know.
Well, I'd ask my first conspiracy question.
Running.
Press that button.
Wait.
No, wrong one.
There we go.
You know, say that it have you had 3 songs, you know, it didn't get properly advertised. Is there? I'm gonna ask this for every fucking soca artist we have. Is there a soca mafia?
Not right now.
You think why right now?
So the Kosher notion did exist, but you're telling you this, boy.
You the second person I say I heard you use that terminology.
The Kosher
Yeah,
notion.
the Italian mafia. The Prime Minister used that last week.
No. Let me be real here, yeah? There are, just like anything else, there are cliques, there are structures. Just because of how our soca business built, we don't really have no proper structure. For instance, like how reggae, R&B, hip-hop, they have labels. And a label now would sign an artist. Now, when you sign the artist, you have a budget towards the artist projects. So you put, let me say, $1 million going behind marketing on one song. With $1 million now, that will cater to
Music video.
even
store.
press store. Yo, in the US too, even pay in radio stations to get it on the playlist.
Yeah.
So that is the way they market their projects to create hits to the world now. Way. Now in soca, we don't have no structure of nobody supporting a project financially. Is every artist independent. Every artist fund their own thing. So if a man now create his own song, running his own campaign, and he probably falls short on certain aspects in terms of, okay, I need this network to get me on this interview, I need this a PR person or this person or that person to get me this or get me that, and you don't have those resources, you're going to fall short. And then you might feel like you're getting fight because you ain't getting that. You understand what I'm saying? But those who have it would get it.
So it have people that a little nepotism is a thing,
Partner.
but then
Those who have it like
well, that's like everything else.
like the reality of this, and this is where Soca Monarch played that part. Soca Monarch played that part in providing some level of financial support to these individual artists who could now invest back into their careers.
That's when it was like the 2
Because-
million price. I mean, like when it was the
Whatever it is, because the average, let me say a man now get his first hit. I being real, a man now get his first hit in Carnival. In his whole career, the most he probably could charge per performance is at 4,000.
Really? So like, let me say,
If you now get your first song, you have one song.
4,000.
No promoter go and pay you more than 4,000 to come and sing.
4,000.
If you call 5,000, yeah, one show, a show.
a show.
A show.
That's good money, dog.
Yeah, so
I mean,
your
come on.
first, right? Now, you get that one hit, Carnival have plenty events, you cover, you get through. So now you get a capital now that
about the funds.
you could go back into trying to do all the right things to keep the brand where it's supposed to be, to invest back into your business. Get the right song, get the right producer, get the
Yeah,
right...
the
Pay for
Peter
this, pay for
Playboy.
that, pay for thing, ram.
Yeah.
Right? Now, a man who do have that, or you get opportunity like a competition,
Yeah.
that gear, like I mean, Soca Monarch would give appearance fees once in the final and thing. Even that little, I mean, the appearance fee might cover some of your expenses or whatever it is. But if you come for second or third, you have a nice capital to go back into your business now, boy.
Right.
And that is what we don't have. So that is why I think people are solely dependent on the competitions so that we could invest back into it. We don't know labels. We don't know labels. Nobody getting signed to say a label now going and boss me and promote me or
It's basically like how the steel pan does run, you know.
because for a label, you need like good front money, that kind of stuff.
Of course.
But then again, then the next argument will be, since it's 2024, what's going to happen? It will be 360 deals. It will be
we need integrity.
so man will be like, well, how much of the percentage of my artistry again? And then because everybody listened to one fucking Prince interview, that I must own my masters. Meanwhile, the label had to get back the money. Who
but
gonna
that,
be
is,
publishing?
and that too is the next plus too in terms of us being independent, where you invest back into your own thing solely, everything back is yours now. That yours now.
Okay.
So that it had the pros and cons, but however, I would say the network and the structure that labels have, we don't.
Nah.
And that contributes to where our music is compared to other genres. Plain talk, bad manners.
Because the question I have to ask now, why not? If this genre of music wasn't as dangerous as it is now, I don't want anybody here, because the youth love this shit. Could we now just phase out soca, like Calypso kind of get phased out, and Trinidad is the next wave, is the new thing? Could we just be like, is this it? All they
not
had
the
all the
same.
time? Like we just do
It's
Trinidad.
not the same. Trinidad is dancehall. Trinidad is dancehall. Now Calypso and soca is one, yeah? We just get tied up because we brand it as Calypso is old people thing. Soca was the young people thing. And now Trinidad is the youths them thing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but I would say Steam or
Steam.
Yeah,
that
Steam is
vibes,
good, yeah.
I would say that is closer to what the new school of soca
Steam.
So calypso, soca, steam, all of that is one under the same thing. Just like you go say reggae dance, all of them same category.
So is Zest music Trini? Okay, we had to get the
yeah,
the
it's the song, it's different. So
the freaking way like a beaten on song.
yeah, so Trinidad is more on the dancehall side of things.
No.
Yeah,
I don't
so
really
that's
Steam.
more within that category of reggae dancehall. Trinidad is that, but the steam.
But Steam, of course, is basically your type of where your genre is coming because
Boy,
there's
did,
the
like,
expertise
boy
that's
dingo, boy dingo. It's Steam.
King and Steam is young brother, so
Young
I
brother.
would-
right.
Young brother.
so
yeah.
that where he and where thing and that is more on the pulse of what is close to what soca represents. That closer.
Because he going I don't know. One day we'll get Danik on the show. But
I rate young brother. though.
what, so because the hardest thing you wave right now, because we was in some event and just playing soca and it's like, all right, whatever, cool. The children, okay, joke, whatever, take whatever. As soon as them started run that fucking Trinity
Yeah.
and
Yeah, boy,
them started
that-
run
you
some
see dance-
steam.
No, but-
I just seen man lifting up girl fence,
Yeah,
stabs,
yeah.
take girl line.
So
It's like
that-
that is wild.
That in like soca has so much different categories too. It have Denry segment, it have like Saint Lucia and Bashment is Barbados, and all of that is really steam. So that is different elements of that
Or
steam.
jab, like what green
But-
jab.
But Jab is more on the power soca side. But Denry segment and Bashment is more tight fuse of soca and dancehall.
So all this in a nutshell is basically to say it have music and then it have good music and then it have hits, right? A hit is a hit regardless of the genre, right? You can agree that a good song is a good song.
A good song is a good song.
Yeah, regardless of where
Yeah.
it come from, is a good song.
Yeah.
And then the good music, this be the lovers of the art will be like, wait, get off, fucking percussion,
Yeah, or the melody.
or the
Yeah,
melody, or
yeah.
this lyric, or whatever. And then of course there's trash.
And
This is my problem. It's
It's real subjective in the music.
unpopular
real-
take, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you be going a place and you're hearing music playing somewhere, and you thinking to yourself, "There's not it, but it's gotta be it."
My head is started hurt.
Yeah, but that same song in a different artist's tone or a different artist's voice,
It work.
mash up the place.
Yeah.
You know, and then that is where the subjective part is coming because so all right, I might sit down and say, boy, a score and hit college boy Jesse and Jesse say, boy, I mean like this.
They saying it.
There's not it, boy.
And as a writer too, I telling you what you're saying there is real. Because I've written songs that I know that wasn't for me and it hit with other artists, yeah?
Yeah. So
I did Go Hard for Marshall and Skinny. I did Freedom for Lyrical. I do Back to Basics for Aaron Duncan. Them songs hit for them. And I knew it just was not... I wasn't the carrier for them
what
songs.
is coming to your mind, boy, when you're writing a tune, right?
Yeah.
Let me say, all right, the tune done. You done right, the thing boom boom, you rest it aside. The way I say, who could possibly fit this tune, or is there a metric that you just put this song into one?
Sometimes we write specifically for them.
Okay, so you start the process with them in
So,
mind.
yeah, you start the process with them in mind.
You put the
So I
AI in
know.
the song too?
Yes.
What?
In fact, nah,
Bullshit.
if all you hear them demos, it is accurately exactly the way that you hear the original song. He has everything. They would basically trace the song in a dog. They would trace the demo. They would
That's why
trace
they go
that
like
guide.
Drake.
Yeah, they would trace it because remember we already do the work. We do the work in terms of understanding their vibe, understand who they are. So it's like, okay, let me just execute it that way.
I had no
And
idea.
now it's crazy with AI because I was in studio this
That's what I was
week
going to ask you.
and a man play some vocals from a dead man for me. A song, right? And he say, hear that man singing that song. And it was the man dead, but it's a new song. But he just took the man vocals right over a new song and threw it on that song. And it's singing like, yo, but
They song like the guy. Well,
that's how crazy it is.
because my thing
That
is,
hit was reason.
with writing now, you know, you get this chat GTP, this shit. Or chat, I see it
Well,
wrong.
when
chat
the
P-
PTG
yeah,
or
yeah, you know, that's why I see it
GTP,
wrong. So a guy said, nah, I think I could just based on the prompts he can write. Remember that guy said, that guy came on the show and said that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder.
By
is
the
he
way, this was our guest of ours, right?
Yeah.
He was talking about making music.
making music?
Right.
So we shooting this shit. He's like, nah, I'm sure I could like just use the prompts online and come up with a hit soca. So then I thinking, nah, it had a little bit more nuance than that. You
You basically taking your skill as a writer and saying this, the AI now will just do that.
Is the AI that advanced?
Nah, the AI could give you lyrics, but I think the melodies is the key in everything, boy. And I'm not sure if AI could really mold melodies like that.
Yeah.
So they will give you all the best lyrics. They'll give you lyrics based on what you're trying to sing about. But melodies is the key, boy, and I feel like that aspect they didn't really get hold on to yet.
We should have lined up, like pull up the chat GDP. It's like, hey, write me a college boy Jesse Soca.
Or take a college boy Jesse transcript and I understand what
and
you're
see
saying.
what it come up with and see if this like plays in terms of your style.
Nobody will never be the same. It could never be the same.
It is off. Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I like the fact that as a writer, you have to basically understand this person entirety now. Like,
yeah, but it comes with
psychology.
It comes with understanding them too. So like, I remember I wrote for 5-Star Akil before, and it took us years before we actually find our song. 5-Star.
Who's that way?
I in his party yard.
I know that song.
Yeah,
I liked it out.
That's your one?
I ain't write that one.
Nah,
But it
Vice
took us
Side
a
Valley.
while, and it was a situation of I understanding Akil vibe and what Akil want to say, and Akil how we all say it, because everybody different, and sometimes it's that, sometimes it's communication of understanding, because it's one thing to listen to a man music and feel like you know how to write something for him, but it's a different thing in any man tell you, hey, nah, this is what I usually would do, and there's the guidelines I will give every writer. It helps.
But how is even and okay, like me, I'm a up and coming writer. Well, no, I'm a nobody writer. So I ain't write no shit ever. I'll write probably articles, whatever. I can write short stories. Thing.
Right.
How do I now get into this space
Right.
where it's like, hey, I wanna one day write for Marshall Montano Baz. I owe line 20. I'm not bright eyed anymore. Life already has passed.
Now you just had to be in mix of things, boy.
How you getting mix? That's what I asked. Oh.
Network, talk to producers, talk to songwriters, and you by yourself too have to practice. So, like for instance, YouTube, just YouTube instrumentals. You'll find any instrumental, even soca instrumental. You'll find soca instrumentals, and you just practice writing on it. Pull out your phone and voice note, whatever your way of writing. Some people write Israel mumbles. So my process is melodies first.
Okay.
Level mumbles, but I also have a list of concepts. So that's my little cheat code. So I would be having a conversation, all I pull out my phone, get an idea, and put down a note.
Yeah.
Right?
I have a passion
So I
for
find
that.
a concept there.
Yeah.
I'll be in a old talk with my brethren and then bam, take a note, concept. So after the mumbles now, I go back to the notes and see, this is a nice concept to build on by. And that is my process now. But that is how you could start. It's just practice. You share stuff with people who you feel in it, and you get in and you say, man, for instance, like Marshall's stuff so structured where his team, they would be shopping for songs for him. They would be shopping. So they would be shopping within his network of producers or writers he's been working with, or even new people who just was able to get this stuff inside and say, hey, I have this project here that I want him to hear and see if you like it. So that's
So
how it's
one doesn't simply walk to a big artist and say, hey,
Jesse,
You could do that, boy.
I got a song for you.
You could do that. Like how I got into is same thing, just networking, getting to know the right people who within the team. And I had songs, and I sit down, went to my computer with my brother, and went to the management, and we just went through the songs that we had, and they just see what they like Go Hard.
yeah.
Go Hard was supposed to be a collaboration with myself and Lyrical.
And it's like, nah.
Right?
You just take these
And
lyrics.
when they now Lero and Skinny dealing with similar management within the same camp, right? And he sent the song to Skinny. So not Lero, the management sent the song to Skinny. And Skinny heard it and was like, okay, on with this boy, this song for sale. Now I had to call Lero and be like, yo, see what's going on there, Skinny, what the song thing. And Lero was like, well, dog, there's plenty of music we could do, let him go ahead.
That is, yeah. You
And then now Skinny and Boy within the same camp too, they work very close. And Marshall here at was like, I want piece of this, and that was it. That was the tree. So sometimes that's how it works. It's just You know? And I was fresh. I was an artist putting out my own stuff and just say, you know what? Why this not hitting, boy? Let me just
What's that?
share the music and see what is the problem in here.
Sometimes we come across the same problem on this podcast and on all the other creative works that we try to do now. But it's like, you know it works. You're seeing it works.
Something ain't
But
adding up.
there is this one element of maybe you're not credible enough.
Yeah.
Or maybe people didn't trust the thing enough.
Yeah.
You know, so, but there's come a point when you break through and people will be like, all right, cool.
No, and even if it could be
Facts.
it could be garbage, you know, but it's like, nah, you have a track record, you good.
You know, I know that's true. This is no knock on anybody because big up to whoever deserve the big up.
Yeah.
But I can't sit down for an hour and watch you and though. And I mean, it'll be kick-standing, huh? But I go into a program like that.
These are his views. So if I call it to come on this show,
I can't sit down for an hour and watch it. Let me finish what I'm saying though. I can't sit down for an hour and watch it without Bill and Jones and thinking this is
Entertainment.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you're watching it.
people go into it now
Right.
and taking the so-called real news
Right.
and spreading it down is basically sensationalism.
Right.
So at the same time, it's like the program is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Some people might say it's garbage, some people might say whatever, but the man find a niche. And,
Yeah.
you know,
I think he find a creative way to also get the message across now because of understanding who we are.
Yeah.
We are different kind of people here, you know.
Nah,
we
boy.
like to be entertained, you know.
Thanks
Are
for
you
wondering.
Like
not
serious
entertained?
thing. No, serious thing. If it not, yeah, it entertain me with serious things. So it's like,
But yeah, entertainment, right, dog?
yeah.
Oh God. No, we actually jumping in the toilet soon.
I really doesn't like to reach this far. I just say, but I have to go there sometime. How long ago that was? 2 weeks?
We don't. Oh, you're right. 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about 2 weeks, right? We had a guest on the show.
He comes from
Dan-
Germany.
No, wait.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
The Dan walk from Germany, right? He walk on water, he come across here, thing, walk across.
Yeah, no, walk on water, 'cause he
walk
white.
the northern range. Stop it. Walk the northern range, come through, thing, Maracas, come Santa Cruz, he do a podcast, right?
Right.
Podcast was going good, you know. Something went left. You understand? No. Me and my dog is not Sherlock Holmes and Watson, you know, but you
Yeah.
could smell that 2 and 2 is not really for what you're trying to tell me now. Like.
Right.
Certain things that happen really new schisms here now, and I started to look at this situation like, this man might not be
What
what
he
he's saying he
is.
is now. Way. Fast forward. Actually, no, I need to tell you something else beside that.
Oh God.
On the after show,
Right.
there was a conversation.
Right.
And a certain topic keep coming up now. It's a kind of dangerous topic to be talking about on the social media. So we now go and entertain it.
Right.
But it was real suspicious that he keep pointing
You know anybody in XYZ? You know anybody? I was like, no. You should get people in XYZ.
in activities. You know?
In activities.
Dog, you know me. Since ever, I was never no bad man. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I don't know what we trying to say, or do I have to spell it out?
you know?
Yeah.
Boom, shot today now. You're going through social media. It's because a close associate of this man lock up. So it's like,
And then we get a video.
Fishing, man.
Then he get a video of him saying, "No, well, I'm a journalist," and he's
he never tell you he was a journalist.
because we asking him what's he seen. He come now and say he's a journalist. So we like,
Since when he was a journalist?
what going on here, bro?
You know?
In
I mean, we have a podcast. I
And
don't
he
consider myself
public, he's a social media
Man, is
selling dreams, you know.
Well,
You know, because when he sent me video, I said, "What's this?" There's no we told this story kind of shifting a little bit now.
so that is where I think I started living in the twilight zone, because imagine we start a podcast as brethren and then we talking and then it
shit.
end up as some espionage agent, you know,
Or journalist.
or journalist, or
Whatever.
pilgrimage, or whatever the case
Or
is.
spiritual journey guy.
You understand? But I mean, kudos to you, dog. Big man. He was a good person, you know. The
Cool.
interview was excellent, you know.
Cool.
It is a little bit dangerous to be asking these questions amongst the locals now without knowing who exactly you're talking to and that kind
It's
of
like, no, why you don't have XYZ on the show? And we just like, bro, not
Yeah.
cool. We good.
So that was the Twilight Zone. You know, we're gonna get back into it with Big Dog Jesse.
When you just have to say, the man just listen to this.
No, that's the Twilight Zone. Everybody's getting the Twilight Zone. If you don't want to hear the Twilight Zone,
Oh, sorry.
Elon must have a rocket they could buy, space on, and they could go up to. You know.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, okay. No, just so what was the situation with soca groupies? Is like, this is a thing?
Soca what?
Groupies. What the hell? You ask your shit, let me ask mine. Let me ask mine.
Soca groupies, boy.
Like this, it's like, Jesse, my boyfriend don't know what I'm doing, so I could just come in.
Nah, well, I don't think I kinda put myself out that category. I'm a married man long time, so they don't really come around me so now. It's mostly respect now, boy.
You would think the soca artists, because it's usually the fourth soca artists we interacting with, all of them married, and that's an admirable thing, though.
That's the thing.
Yes.
Like,
I out of that category long time.
damn.
So they don't really come around me with that kind of
smart.
vibe. It's just respect now, boy.
You want to hear some smart?
I want to hear some smart. I say, boy, soca about that 2004.
But I went in that, yeah. No, it's not even that, because you're not paying a man talking a certain scene about your smallies, groupies, thing. Whatever Trinidadians just talk, you know, and the conception or the misconception, whatever you want to call it, is that soca men just get through now, boy. You know?
No, it is real. Like, I had experiences years ago when I was traveling too, and
it's really just come to my hotel and I give you my
no, it's easy. And I was like, yo, this thing real, boy. So easy, boy. I don't know all of that. Like, I don't know you, so
Birds, by the way.
we going
so why you feel just so? Nah.
we going to use Chat GTP to write me a set of soca songs, and I going to pretend to be a soca artist. Like, come on, what do you social media bullshit?
No, but let me tell you, I find it real weird, real strange. We living in a world where we know the answer for certain things, and we don't ever apply the answer to the problem, right? We have a problem with pushing soca music as a whole. We all have this collective problem coming from Trinidad. We all know the answers is we need to funnel money, market, capital, bam, X, Y, Z.
Why we ain't doing it?
Not just why we ain't doing it. There must be some reason why it's being forced to be this way. You understand? You know, and I can't tell what the reason is. Maybe you can't tell. I don't know if you could tell.
think?
But yeah, it's a real good. That's a good statement. In terms of
everybody
why it's being
understand
forced to be like, and I think again, boy, it's a mold that's hard to break unless all it takes is one person to do something different, and one person to get through trying it a different way, show people a different way, and then people might see it actually possible. And
I think that was
is it.
young, brother.
You think different?
Yes,
I think
so.
I think differentology was cool.
I could call the artist.
It had plenty songs that did well on an international level in terms of if Kevin Little Turn Me On was big. Rupee,
that was a large
Tempted to
tune,
Touch, Differentology did it too. KMC Soul on Fire. These are songs that got global means play, but again, it was supported by labels, and there's the part that people don't even know. Every single one of those songs I spoke of just now was supported by labels.
That's why
It did well here. Matter of fact, Turn Me On didn't even do well here. 3 years later, a label took it and it blew up. It didn't even do well here when it first released.
So like Maximus Dan ended up on like the FIFA,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
19 or whatever.
Same kind of thing, yeah.
Like remember when you play the game, you hear the song, and like that them royalty checks, but we real thing Maximus. Anyway, so
Let's hope.
how is that through a label as well, or he just have
No. That is through distribution and publishing. So,
Shit.
I actually have a song that was in a reality TV show. So that is through placement. Mr. Killer have a company that does sync and all them kind of things that could get your music into like reality TV shows, movies.
plug the reality show.
So it's the same thing. Girlfriend Getaway on Party More Warriors. That's the song that I had. That was on Girlfriend Getaway. What?
Dog, yeah,
What is the name of
you
the
can't be telling the
network?
bodies about the royalties, dog. You can't be-
Yeah, so I got to play in terms of getting your music on them things.
And
But
it's
we have
because
plenty. Yeah, but it's just sync. So that anybody could do that.
Anybody
But
can
you
do
just, you just have to. I must big up Music TT. So Music TT, which is under Ministry of
TT.
Trade and Export and whatever, they also have a network to get our music there. So it's like, shoot and hope you connect now. Because remember, it's thousands of songs that these
I would
people
imagine.
going through. And I actually sent like 8 songs and they pull one. So I happy that I get one out of the 8. You know, so
If I get away,
yeah.
So be like, I mean, the artists that really Tony Lang. I think, like everybody who is a mainstream artist, I think they're Tony Lang. I think they're doing their part. Everybody individually.
Yeah.
You know, and I really can't blame or fault neither the artist nor the audience or the spectators, because it's not really. It's like a cause and effect. The artist send out the message and the audience respond. It's not really like you trying to come with a shit song and the audience trying to be asses, you know?
Nah.
Unless they hate you.
Unless they just genuinely dislike you.
Yeah. But I real kind of passionate about the culture, right? And I see things where everybody can be on the same page because everybody just doing what they think is best, right? And that's why I was say just now, it only takes one person to do it. Wow, it read out they were. Yeah.
Okay,
only
serious.
takes one person to do it differently and show the mole of how we could actually do it differently and get through now. But we didn't really see that yet. So everybody just doing what they think is the right thing to do. Or
Yeah,
what
really
is how
that.
to get through. We releasing music for carnivals alone. We releasing music during carnival alone. You know, we expecting it to really go global when we only catering to West Indians. Like,
Strange enough.
so them little things now way.
I went to a countryside part in some white people country, now going to call it. I don't want to spell the secret sauce in it, but if you want white girls, you should go there. Message me, direct message me if you want to know. Anyway, so that place is in a place. It's not prostitutes, Bazie. It's regular girls. Anyway, you go there. And when I went up there, with who I went up there with, it was like countryside, like wherever. Number one, he was like God because he was like the only one black person there. And then the songs they were playing, I was in soca from back when I was in secondary school. I was an adult at the point in time. And I was like, oh, okay. Like this, so it like I feel like I walk into that time machine.
Hot and thing.
Yeah. They was playing. I think they played Shut Me Back and all.
And Sam Douglas, who let the
No,
dogs
like that kind of thing. And I was like, oh, so this is the little pockets. And then it have like when DJ Anna went Japan. And
Right.
she was playing like the thing, and the Japanese people was like, it's like only a little to the shit all the time. But
Yeah.
apparently that's the flick.
Know what
Yeah.
I mean?
In little pockets, it just happened.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to lie to you. We spoilt on soca.
Yeah.
Because it's bad in that sense because we only playing soca heavily 3 months out of the year. 4 months.
Yeah, to be the home of it is disrespectful. I see it now, boy. We had to find a way to balance it. The appetite too, you see, when a man hearing it for them 3 months heavy, so sometimes the people just turn off where they want to hear it again. So we had to find some way of balance
Moderation.
now. Of balance. Because like as an entertainer, when I go in and perform in November, December, and I go into parties, and as I walk through the door, I hear heavy dancehall.
Yeah.
Yo, it makes my job now to change
Bring
the whole
back
mood
the
of the place.
soca.
Yo, come on, this is the home of this place. Why are we going through that?
And
So
I mean,
the appetite not
there's
there.
some big soca that could actually run whole night, but it somehow.
And we have this way where we feel we have to play only all right, this is 2024, so we have to play only 2024. And I mean, when you travel to, you get to understand how different DJs play differently.
Oh.
For soca, that is.
Ooh.
The DJs from outside, they would play music that you here will never even hear, but you're seeing response. So I had this experience 2014, 2015, real years ago, boy. Adamo. That's the first time I crossed paths with Adamo. That was Atlanta, right? And I see in this man singing, and he getting real forwards, yeah? I never see this man in my life. I was like, who you see that? How people know this man music? He from USVI, and he have an audience. They love he thing. Trinidad never play. Trinidad only play. He just there. He walking up, warming up now.
That is
Adamo.
Adamo?
Yeah.
That's a big tune,
And that's the only song Trinidad know from him. But the man
Yeah.
been big for over
Catalog.
10 years with catalog. Have an audience.
yeah,
And that's the next thing. It have so much soca artists outside that Trinidad don't even know yet. That men don't even care to come Trinidad. Asa Banton is one of the biggest soca artists in the world.
In the world, you said.
In the world, Asa Banton. On the soca route, on the circuit that we go out and we perform in different carnivals and thing, this man has get big forwards, dog. Bigger forwards than some of we artists. I be in real.
Like locally.
I be in real.
Damn.
So when we feel we is giants, it have
Complacent.
people
When you
out
leave
there
the
doing
pond.
the thing and don't even care to come here.
Yeah,
Because
bigger market
it
outside.
is...
Lava
There's
Man.
One market.
Lava Man.
Lava Man,
Lava Man.
huge in Grenada.
Oh,
Lava Man don't care to come. He probably never even reach Trinidad. But
What's the
he's
point?
big. He's one of the bigger ones in Grenada. He's one of the bigger ones in England and the soca circuit, even New York when they travel. Lava Man and big. But we in a little bubble feeling that thing, but it's so much more happening for the culture now. Where
Yeah.
You ever did anything for the Middle East? Like, does the Middle East respond to? I want to say Middle East, like Dubai, sheiks like Arabians.
It started having events out there, Soca Weekend in Dubai, and I never did it. Portugal too started have events. Some of my colleagues, been to some of them
And it was
events.
like, oh, and the Arabs come sheik down. I was like, yeah, we were here the shit.
Ibiza was last 2 weeks. Soca Ibiza.
In Ibiza.
Actually, and this year it was in Malta.
Okay.
So it moving around. It moving around. Yeah.
What was it? All right, somebody like I'll use myself as a example. I want to get into soca music now. Right. I don't know nobody. I have no idea how to even get a beat from anywhere. Maybe YouTube. But you just tell me that I have to listen to the Hee-Haw podcast, right? But
Hee-Haw, let's go.
how am I as a citizen of Trinidad to be an artist? I mean, I'm talking for the young ones here,
Right.
who don't really have that understanding of life and understanding of what is required of a person in a profession
Yeah.
to really go through the pitfalls and the hills and the valleys, the hills and valleys.
Yeah.
I have limited inspiration because I've seen what's going on in soca music.
Right.
This is not a generic, hey, keep your head down and do the hard work and whatever the case is.
Yeah.
I want it to be as real as possible with
Yeah.
it and let them know as an artist, a writer, producer, the list goes on and on and on. What they're getting themselves into.
Right.
Damn. That's a question.
First thing first, right? Them a kind of get you a little head start to get around all the unnecessary trash and headache, right? You had to find a team. It might sound like, but you had to find, even if it's a friend who believe in believe in your potential, and you and your friend or two friends, first thing first, try and understand the business. Forget about just I sing and I go on social media and sing and that is one thing. You might get through with something blow up there, but then what next? You don't know what is the next step. You don't know, and that is why it happen plenty of artists where you see them and then the next year you want to know what go on, boy. And even artists who change management many times, you realize some of them like this, and then when they change management, you didn't see them again because that structure was the one that make you look good and make everybody see you there. So the first thing I would advise any youngster, find a team, find people around you who believe in what you could do, and all you try and study the business. Every industrial difference, especially in soca compared to reggae, and we do it differently here. So ask the right questions. Don't be afraid to ask the questions. I remember in the pandemic, and that was rate, Saki is a real hard-working young artist, boy. And I'm happy that he was 20 years and he wanted to do soca and he wanted to be involved and he asking all the questions. And he called me on a Instagram live just random, just sounds like, yo. And he started to ask me all the questions he wanted to ask. So you had to seek the knowledge, seek and understand the business. And then apply it step by step. You're not going to get through all the time. You might fail. But failure is part of the process and success now, boy. So, but that is my first thing. To bypass all the headache. Because you don't want to make it. And then you don't know what is the next move or you don't know what is the next. Understand the business so that the moves that you make could ensure that you have longevity. Nobody really trying to do this thing and 1 year, 2 years, and everybody really want to stay. And that's the important thing. Set your goals for the next however much years. And then you and your team, all you start to work on certain things, okay. Bam, 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 bam.
So you mentioned a youth man named Saki.
Yeah.
Like,
if you want to lose weight, go through my phone. That's Saki.
He's a Trinidadian?
Yeah. And Saki sing real what's the next one he sing there, boy? Can't remember what about it, but he's one of the youngsters that is doing very well. I'm very, very proud of him.
And because he took the advice and because you
yeah,
got
and not just my advice. This man is seeking knowledge from everybody and he's applying it now.
Yeah.
In terms of So, and he's a youngster. Saki's one of the younger ones in soca, and this is why I really want to encourage younger ones in 19 year, 18 year, 19, 20, 21 soca. Try it because let me be real. This is where now, like our generation wouldn't listen to calypso. Teenagers, they might be turned off of our thing, soca that is, because they're not seeing themselves involved. They're going towards the steam and the zest and the Trinidad because they're seeing their peers involved.
Yeah.
Our thing getting older.
Social. Yeah, for sure.
To turn up, we have few within the ages in the 20s. Within the 20s, we have few. I had a conversation. I had some relations with, well, still have relations with Akon's team, right? Years ago, the first owner, Akon.
Yeah, okay.
So the first owner of, well, is what, CPL cricket.
But we went and watched a little match here. I didn't really watch it in
I like the line.
But
Yeah.
the first owner of our Trinidad team, right? It was Red Steel at the time,
Right, Steve.
right?
Yeah.
First year of CPL, is Akon manager. He was the person that owned the team. So of course I did sports management and I work in CPL and whatever, and that's how I met him, right?
Yeah.
And
Caught by rain boy. Caught by rain boy.
Fight right now.
yeah, so we started to talk music and we form relationships and I travel there and I meet the rest of the team and we good. So ever so often they will follow up, how you doing, how your music doing, how this, and then they'll be like, yo, we looking for artists.
Yeah.
We want a girl, she must be between the ages 19 to 25, sexy, could sing, beautiful thing. When I scan in, we didn't really have much. We didn't have much to pick from.
I mean,
This is what the label's looking for. They're looking for youth. That real dread outside there, boy.
dread, boy. Let me just.
Way!
Yeah. This is what.
That event probably cancelled.
This
right?
is what.
Because it's an outdoor thing, innit?
I not Valley now, boy. So it's be dread here. But by the time you drive out, it might be
It'd be
normal.
weird if we had like that make this whole shit up and it really wasn't raining. We just had the sound system on deck like that. It's like that'd be wild.
I mean,
But,
it's adversity.
Yeah, boy.
you know, America handled, because it's going to tie into my next question. How America handled, let me say, artists or musicians. Let me say not musicians, but when film was young, like in 1930s. So basically, that I get actor, train him dancing, singing, acting. So he does all three. And now it kind of coming back to that, where it's like that. Should it not be a way to propel soca like what Monk Monty was doing? And when I say that, I mean, yeah, he making movies. It pushing his music, which was a genius idea because it was like Bazie. It was like a long further music video basically to push these songs a foreign audience mightn't know. So all of us know it is like, okay, Masha, we hear that shit before. But like a person in Tribeca or whatever film festival would not hear these songs.
Not
then he
just
could-
the song, boy, culture too, boy.
Right.
Yeah, so it was.
So
Yeah.
why is it not now that there is a production company where, because I mean, with a label, you can just do like Universal have the film aspect and it have the freaking it have the music aspect and it have these things. Where a label now does the film and then they come out with like a bacchanal zombies and bacchanal. Where is this like some man at the ones check his brother and pick up his brother and it have a zombie apocalypse in Trinidad. College boy Jesse get bite early in it and then he's singing his song because he's stuck in some kind of zombie thing and it was like a comedy kind of thing and it's like this.
No, it's imagination, it's creativity.
You understand? You watching this like, oh, is this real bad? Are we knowing shit that like you get to make fun of yourself kind of because you just but you're singing this song like zombie mode and like you're trying to like that.
But I will go back to how Jesse was saying. It's like that had to come from the corporate side. You know, people had to be able to, willing to invest in that kind of, because it's not a cheap undertaking. You know, that's a
Film? Yeah.
big undertaking. You know, and the more creative you get, is the more expensive you get.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And then at the end of the day too, everybody wanna monetize the work, yeah. So is market. I think that also contribute to why we're not where we're supposed to be. I would say our audience is probably 40 million. Yes, roughly.
Internationally.
I would think that, yeah, I would think the audience for soca, based on, let me look at viewership. I think Kes Hello, over 40 million, yeah. But we haven't really had a song that was more than that. Only, I mean, Charlie Black, Wine Up, Party Animal, is soca, but yet still is a dancehall artist, and, you know, it had more views than, a lot of views, but still, I would say our audience is not where the other genres are. And we are to blame as a collective.
Jesus.
Everybody in the industry is to blame, from the promoters to the musicians. Everybody is to blame why the audience is that way.
Wow.
This range right there.
You know, I trying to be like lock into this interview. And it's like,
You're in it and we so
I will never everything alright on the outside, bro.
Is the zombie apocalypse happening? And
Yeah, the sun was real out to here for the past couple of days. Yeah, so
Well, I guess the avenue dead.
Nah, you know that.
I guess Fitz done.
Well, I mean, I'll get him out 20 minutes again. Night before the holiday, you know.
Well, night before the first holiday, then the second.
Yeah,
So at no point, right, I ask all of that to ask, is there no point where you could see yourself, here's the thing, I put my hand in the soca, let me try to be on a web series, or let me try to be on, not reality, I hate reality TV, that's because it's like, the nuance, it's like, it's not for, but like acting, where it's just like, you're not love movie, you're not no gangster thing, but it's like, oh, you're not comedy, or you're in some kind of thing.
I mean, it had different steps and different stages to what you're trying to do. Me right now, there is nowhere on my agenda now. I taking baby steps to try and accomplish something else right now. Probably when I achieve that, then I might say, okay, time for growth or time to do something else, and we work on something like that. But right now, I just trying to do the music or apply to soca the structure that I see other genres doing.
So student of the soca.
Thread student boy. So I became a member of the recording academy. So now I could actually vote for Grammys and them kind of thing. That is the next thing that people don't even know. They want to know why soca not any Grammy. If you are not a member, you cannot vote. So the songs and if you're not a member of the people that actually win Grammy awards, the people who actually vote for those awards are members of the academy. It's not the general public that voting and say I want that song to win.
There's not a critics' choice. There's not.
You have to be a member, and so again, you have to study the business and understand the different steps and apply it.
Yes, but you put on a certain game here.
Nah, I have plenty knowledge.
So it's only a year now I became a member.
Yeah.
So I actually voted in the last Grammy that when I was biased, of course, because I was supporting my people in it.
Yeah.
Hey Choppy had a album in it. I voted for Choppy album.
Album of the year?
It was under some global something. Skinny Fabulous had an album in there. MX Prime had a song with Walshy Fire. I voted for that. Casey Phillips, who's a producer, he produced for Chris Brown and Ciara an album. It's Ciara's album, like probably about 8 songs from Ciara album, and a collab with Chris Brown and thing that he produced. I vote for that because I voting for we think. So, and it's the same thing I'm saying now. Our community is still very small. We don't have much members. So how are we going to win? Apart from even that, we are also under the reggae category. We don't have a category. So all our music is distributed under reggae. So now, it makes sense because
Caribbean.
it is close. You have a better chance because of the numbers.
Yeah.
Because of the numbers, you have a better chance because now it would be the Jamaican diaspora and members. So that's why it had a white band that win the reggae Grammy, you know.
Damn.
That was the year before, last year or something, and the Jamaicans them kick up a big storm. Like, how did
Because
the American band,
because they voted.
Yeah, because they have the community to vote.
Yeah.
And that was when
But
go ahead.
Because soca, and I would say groovy, I would just say groovy, is a lot closer to Latin music,
reggaeton
than
Afrobeat.
it is to
Calypso.
I know dancehall. I was going to say to dancehall. When you slow down and you slow down, then you just get the. It's not exactly dembow because dembow fast and shit. Dembow is basically Spanish soca.
But the groovy fits with, like DJs would know it. It could mix a reggaeton and a groovy. It could mix a Afrobeat and a groovy. I don't know if you guys paying attention. Listen to Kes' new album. Kes is basically doing the right thing.
Like years ahead right now.
Kes is doing the right thing in terms of what we're trying to accomplish as a culture. In terms of getting the right sound that could now fit on the international market. Let me be real. Like, what turned me on, Tempted to Touch, Soul on Fire, Differentology, what they had in common now? What kind of vibe? Was it song? Was it speed? What it had in common?
It wasn't the fastest song.
It wasn't the BPM.
No, it's not the faster ones. No, even from the streaming side of things, and we just get a guide. Groovy soca is stream more than power soca. So if you want your music to sell more, that is a song that will sell more because it's more the international aid more palatable now. And it's not necessarily what we singing about, you know. It's just simply the speed. It's just simply the speed.
Power soca is a higher BPM. We learn it from seconds than freaking EDM. EDM is like 128, 132.
Power is 150 and up, boy. That's fast.
The only thing as high as that is heavy metal. When last we hear people listen to heavy metal?
Ah, boy.
So I can see how the power music could turn off the international listener because it's like
You know what?
You
know why reggae was like 70 something. Reggae is like late 60s thing, and that's why it's a slow. Okay,
Calypso
cool.
within that vibe too.
Slow.
Thing. Now the first genre to sell 1 million copies is what?
To say classical.
Calypso.
Seriously?
Of all genres of music globally, the first album to sell 1 million copies
Harry
is
Belafonte?
yes, that is
shit.
the first. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. So what that telling
Harry.
you? Nothing is wrong with our music. This is an American man who's singing in our dialect.
Yeah.
He was American. I thought he was like Bohemian or something like
This
that.
man is American. This man sing with all. You see that We Are the World project with Michael Jackson and all them. He was a part of that.
Yeah.
And this man singing Trinidad dialect.
Gems,
No,
yeah.
Calypso Rose is singing in her Tobago twang
Yeah.
and is selling in France.
Oh no, yeah, Calypso is a G.
And is getting awards in France, a country that even speak English.
It's amazing that
So
she's
that
still
tells
doing
me
this, man.
again, nothing is wrong with our music, nothing is wrong with our dialect. What we sing at our topics, nothing what we singing about. It's basically just the business on it we're doing wrong.
The business side of it.
Always the business side.
We're not putting the music in the right places, we're not marketing in the same
And you
places.
could say no comment on my next statement. Is it because the white people haven't figured out a way to fully exploit it yet? Say no comment.
No, that is a
Say
very
this,
interesting.
Because everything else get raped, you know. Everything else get raped.
time to save
You
yourself.
can say
That
no.
is a very interesting idea, you know? But I mean,
No, he said no comment. That's by the way. I said that.
exploit is a real dread term too, but
I mean, everything else, rap worked the way it did for the sampling purposes, and for years later, Frank Sinatra could still get the royalty checks off some rap song.
but
no.
our people is not the consumers, yeah?
No.
That's the next thing too. So
Our
if you want
numbers
your
too
music to sell, you had to find a way to reach that that audience.
Our numbers,
Let me be
we do
real.
all the kind of
Well,
numbers.
no, yeah, that is, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
yeah. small economy.
we don't buy. Come on,
We really don't buy local.
come on. Drake
much
selling,
local.
Eminem sell more than them. Like let me be real.
Yeah,
Hip hop,
because of
hip hop supposed to be a black culture thing, but
And
look
Eminem
who's
sell-
selling more than.
the half white boy and the white boy. Yeah.
No dog, we people not we not the consumers. It's those who have the audience that will.
Well,
That is the reality.
if we're talking about soca going somewhere, you
Yeah.
know, I think we're in a paradoxical position.
It can't be done on Trinidad back alone.
You had to carry it somewhere, make it big, and then Trinidad is to be like, wow, we won that. And
You know the Mali is investing in soca music right now.
Oh, that's it there.
serious.
The white man has invaded. That's
Yeah,
You
man,
know.
shit, though.
I don't know if you guys saw Shaggy drop a EP last year. Shaggy drop a soca EP, yo.
No, but Shaggy has always
Shaggy
been
had a
heavily
song with
invested
Kes
in
that we
soca.
know, and he had a song with Patrice on the EP, and Shaggy, because nothing again, I say nothing is wrong with his song.
and it's the business
Shaggy has
aspect.
been able. Shaggy is global, worldwide, and Shaggy has been in places where he understands that the song is palatable for where he's going, more than the dance all that he would have done. So this is where now they're invested in our song, but it's not being identified as soca, and that's the only thing.
Because what you need to do is this. I don't know. If you could, get on to Steven Seagal people, because that man is just poor.
That man about.
He have a dance all with
That man
ladies
have a
so.
dancehall tune though.
With ladies so. And it clapping. It's smacking. Mr. Steven Seagal.
It's smacking shit.
Hey, Stephen will pelt you through that window.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
But yeah, man, but
Crack
nothing.
it up,
We in a real good place. We just need the right structure and the right. We in a good place, and we need people to support the thing, boy. That is why, boy.
So-
we not believe in anything. We go ride it last, and we ride it when we see it
we
working.
like to ride it.
When our man get through, then drink. But
That gonna be the name of the episode. That gonna be the name of the episode. We ride it last. They say that. We ride it last.
That's outrageous.
With college boy Jesse.
Just that's outrageous that you would say that.
nah, but
now.
we
That's
are the ride it
egregious.
first. We are defend. We start the thing. We are defend the thing, boy. Like I envy Grenadians, yo. Them real
Man.
patriotic dog. Like yo.
Grenada has
Different level up.
No, Grenada.
Grenada.
We don't get them enough credit.
Nah, Grenada. Some warriors because I mean,
don't get them enough
out of the
credit.
Caribbean, which Caribbean country stand up to any kind of imperial force or bigger force? It's only Grenada.
Haiti.
Well, Haiti is the big brother. Haiti was the one that do it first.
No, because I still would
The
always say.
Jamaicans have some maroons and thing, but
I still-
Grenada, boy.
I still would say
different
that they
way.
robbed Mr. Killer that year for freaking Soca Monarch when Roly Poly was. Because I mean, come on, Roly Poly was.
Nah,
it.
Roly-Poly was
I would
it.
say and it's just like because they
Who
just
won
didn't
that
want to
year,
give.
Grenada Mole, some of really and truly some of the top performers in soca.
They just didn't want to give him.
is the mighty Sparrow Grenadian, and
They-
yeah.
Grenadian.
Yeah.
They just didn't want to give him it because he foreigner.
What
That
I
was
would say
basically
about Grenada is that we are so much closer to Grenada than we like to think in terms of culture. And we
Yeah.
speak the things we talk about, the things we do, the way we curse. We're real close to Grenada.
Yeah.
And we have a lot more, well, this is the black people among us, right? We have a lot more, family members from Grenada, that's right? But
Hey, Grenadians check for me in Canada. So,
nah,
like,
Grenadians just
they
check for Tunies and I really read Grenadians. I read Grenadian music, I read Grenadian carnival are great.
Yeah, boy.
I just don't really like the fact that Grenadians be so hot now, but like
That's Barbados hotter. You know, fair.
that is oily, sweaty skin kind of temperature and whatever. But
Now,
can't deal
we
with it.
dread to right now too, so that might be like.
Yeah, how that working out
that
for
way?
Like the lack, boys, the
like
lack.
all that dark, like
I don't feel it.
like that. No, you
I
understand?
just still feel it.
I'm very
I
light.
really lying.
I'm very light skinned.
Today I was in Dawson
Yeah, boy.
and I started to question life. I said to myself, boy, it's better you just turn a bomb, you know, and just do nothing when the day comes.
And then you just be
be in the
hot.
shade now, boy.
And then you just be hot.
Nah, be in the shade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just sit down in the shade and just
That's like
meditate or something. No.
I mean, work for Buddha.
Work for who?
Buddha.
Nah, he passed away. Yeah, you see. Yeah, that.
Work for Buddha. Scratch. Oh yeah.
Right, so we finished. We come to the end of the show, by the way. Right? Thank you for coming out.
We talk no football.
Hey, Champions League, where's your bet?
Ala Madrid, boy. Do a bet. Ala Madrid. Diamond team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every Real Madrid I'm doing. I mean, good for
I don't
them.
watch football.
Yeah. Nah, it's a special one, man. It's a special
I don't
one.
watch football. We had for NBA.
I don't watch basketball
Oh,
since
Jordan Lee?
Jordan Lee.
That's my guy there.
I only be hearing about all these names
That's
about
what
Steph
guy-
Curry
Playoffs,
and
yeah, the playoffs going on right
Thing
now.
on.
No, but I mean, even if you don't know, this man was one of the. I think you should have never. I mean, you can't say that because we're end up now. But in terms of skill wise and
No, he really he has some clips. He sent to Howard University for the scholarship.
not Howard University.
No, come
He's a real
on.
idiot.
No.
You was on that Barbados thing too?
Yeah, boy. When good.
You was there too?
Yeah. We went back.
Went on a little scouting thing, went and
the
played.
fellas on them in the morning and we had to come back. Yeah, look, we have a hair's dog. Remember when you do, you had to do, right?
But because I realized the story typically would be like the footballers is they would go, they'll be good, they have talent, whatever, and then that one injury is just turn the whole thing over, and it's like
Yeah.
and it's not, like it have no recovery for it. There's no
Sometimes it may recover, yeah. But
Mentally, boy.
everybody different. At that stage of my life, I chose differently because I felt like where I wanted to be, I wasn't seeing it possible. That's just my reality. I was 22, 23. Yo, players getting signed 19, 20. Same thing I saying. Everybody looking for the young talent.
to mold them.
Yeah, so
No, did they?
at 22, 23, why would I have to do play in the Pro League for a couple of years for next to nothing? How I going to probably survive, get the right diet, do what I need to do? I get a couple caps and hope somebody see me where I could actually go somewhere and get paid the way I want to get paid now.
Real men
So
follow.
at that age, it was hard. I took the route of university, and probably if I take the route of trying to go pro one time as a teenager, I probably might have a stronger chance. And
Yeah, but
I
then
just-
again, the men and them who went pro early, look at him, people like Jassy Joyce.
What?
You know?
Okay.
yeah,
I know
boy,
his
true,
injury.
true.
What stopped you?
Burnout different.
What stopped you?
My cultural background is that the teachings was football car carry, you know, when I was.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah.
Nah, I stopped basketball in secondary school because
Yeah.
the greatest basketball I know locally was like the garbage man. I was like, yeah, that's not wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, that means the highest, the highest I can achieve was the garbage man. No,
Yeah, nah, but
rocket.
I get the same teaching too, you know. Teaching was that you use it as a tool to get your tertiary education, but
Football
really
can't
and
carry,
truly is
And then,
career.
Yeah, so
I had-
it cannot
Why not
put
cricket?
It cannot pass poke in your wheel, boy, in terms of wanting to aspire to be like a heroes.
Yeah.
I used to really love Clarence Seedorf, dog. That was
Yeah.
my idol, but at the end of the day, Clarence Seedorf come out of academy and a system and a brand of football and a...
We didn't understand that part.
Yeah.
Yo, I
You just saw
cried.
the final
I
product.
cry, I had tears. I tell my father, I want to be a pro. I want to play for Real Madrid.
nah,
thing.
forget that.
And he was like, but you're not doing what you need to do that.
And he was
Thing.
right.
And yeah, and he was right. At that part, I see it as, but you fighting me and you think, but
In terms of
he
the work ethic?
understood. Work ethic is one part of it, but also is a system, but you really have to understand
be
it.
part of that
You
system.
gotta be part of it. You gotta be in a proper academy that grooming you to be a pro. It come like a job.
Yeah.
You have to be in that system trying to get that job. So like, I want to be a what job? Let me call it any kind of title. An engineer, whatever it is. You will do the right subjects
Yeah.
to prepare you for the
you
role.
studying literature.
So it's the same thing like a professional footballer. The academies, them men learning languages and football.
Yeah. All right. A little bit of this, a little bit of about languages and football.
Football.
Yeah.
Them in the academy to be that is my job. That is the job that I am.
So
I like it.
at a young age.
their positional play.
Yeah.
If this man come in the park and sweat him, I tell you.
It's always a time for him. He could get injured and F his life up.
There is nothing. It's so simple. I we sweat with some 50-something-year-old men, 60-something-year-old men, and they were former professionals, and the men running circles, normal, like.
Around all it.
Yeah. You know, there's a golfing class like dog. I mean, if you'd never see it before, like seeing a real professional team
So
play.
like, so you need to tell me like if who's everybody like Messi come and just like hey he will fucking run laps.
Dog.
Same thing we talking about academy and thing, right? Messi leave Argentina at 13 years old to go
Shit.
to Spain. His entire family move so that he could be in the academy to be who he have to be. You know? That is the sacrifices that happens in the real world,
But
not
you know-
football.
you know
It don't
what
just be fly by night.
But for them to even say, bring that little boy across here, that little boy had to be doing some unimaginable.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
well,
Orny was scoring all
yeah.
kind of 9 goals in a game.
So
Yeah,
he was just
yeah,
African
11
nature, and
goals.
then there was like, okay, who's that?
Who's that little boy?
Yeah,
Come across.
No, here in Trinidad, we had few men who can leave early and get opportunities. Like Levi left before he was an adult. Levi left at 17 and
Levi was a little boy.
them wait until his birthday for him to actually get to play. But he been in his system preparing him. Like Kenwin leave young after the World Cup to the under-17 World Cup.
Southampton.
Yeah, so them men get in as teenagers. Now you in your 20-something and trying to...
No trying.
Like
No, though.
madness, though.
Yo,
Not
Messi
in
win a
professional
Ballon d'Or at 21.
Yeah, that's
Let
not
me
in
be
professional
real.
football.
Yeah, because it had this movie, Goal. I surely see Goal. You see Goal before. I swear, after I
What is
watched
the man
Goal,
name?
Santiago Muniz.
Hey.
In my world, I live
Biggest
in.
bag of Lou I ever watched.
In my world, I live in. I was like, wait now. I could be Santiago.
Santiago.
So if I start playing football today,
Santiago had no touch, though. The man, no
no,
skill.
you
Can't find a better actor, boy. Like, don't do that.
No, the fight, well, I watching this. I was
Nah,
like,
that dreams. Nah.
That never
It's
happened.
different, boy. It's different. So right now we have a soca artist who have a son who doing the right things in
Yeah.
terms of being a professional.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna
yeah.
call any names. I want to really jinx him, but I'm real proud of the progress right now. And they're doing real good. He leaving to go Spain again, and next academy. So it's like
a soccer academy.
the soca artist now. He's doing that with his son, and that is
Okay.
real commendable.
Watching them
It
in
have
right
another
place.
youth man called Giovanni. I forget his last name, but his parents. He's about 9 years old, but his
Jesus
parents
Christ.
already have him in Europe,
well,
trying to get it. You know,
And technically, Marshall would be an example of that because he start very young and then
in music wise.
yeah, would that be an
A
example?
comparison.
Yeah,
Because he start like what, 9 years old, 8 years old.
Michelle, Michael Jackson, Beyonce.
I-
You look at the greats as a life,
As a
life
young-
of yeah. Life
So
of,
yeah, that's not come.
I kid you not. I've seen, well, we see some skillful players. If you had put together like a generational 11, we could have been just as good as the best of them. As the best of them. You know, and this generation of footballers now, I commend them. Because thankfully they have the parental support, the corporate support and everything. But we have a good little group of players that unfortunately starting to get wasted. You know what make me irate, boy? Upset. Bequeathed, my friend. You know what make me vex? We had a big exhibition game going by. Right?
Let me see if it's the same thing you get vexed on. Me.
And Pro League is every week.
on the dog, it's like, why is it so important to see big up Kaka, big up Kafu? These people is my heroes, same way. But why is it so much more important to see them than the youths who trying to really represent the country?
Brands boy.
Fighting the hardest.
I had that conversation this morning with DJ Bravo. This morning we had that conversation.
As in doing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This morning we talk about that in terms of stars. People like stars, and they can't identify our young players here as stars.
Because we have that in
every
our
week at the Pro League. We ain't seen. Look, the national team is playing on the 5th of June, the start of the World Cup qualifiers against Grenada, Hazy Crawford Stadium, and I am waiting to see how much people really come out to see our national team play. Because the stadium full for the exhibition
Full.
game,
Cram.
and you know,
Can't get
about
parking.
3 days after that, we play Guyana in the same stadium, right?
Nobody in the stadium.
And nobody, right?
Thank you.
So it's a combination of things, a combination of marketing and a combination of, again, boys, stars, the lack of stars, and I think the marketing suffering because they don't know how to market who they have now.
So you're
at their
trying to tell
disposal.
me, right? Angostura can pick up a little youth man, right? A promising little talent, and enlarge his status in terms of making my product that other big clubs out there. So what I just use a
brand, yeah.
brand. It could be whoever. Maybe Angostura is wrong, but just a corporate entity could pick up a star and basically endorse this youth man into, because these are the people who have the ears of the bigger clubs and the foreigners and
It's
whatever.
a real weird thing because let me turn back to how much when Keyshawn won goal, right? 2012. It had a lot of athletes who left with endorsements. P-Mobile, this one, that one. Keyshawn was the world junior champion at that time before the Olympics.
Nothing.
He beat the whole world as a junior going into his first Olympics. Nobody paid attention. They know who the hell he was. But they jump on after.
Yeah.
So we have that kind of culture of we can't really see potential to say.
We do have a culture of winning. That's the thing. We're not winners. We like to participate and say, boy, I went in this competition. I went in that competition. You never beat a soul. You get trunks, embarrassed even. and not cool because it's effort and money this is take to go into a competition to begin with. You're not going to lose. The man try. But the point is, you're setting up yourself for failure now by going into it that way. And the elders on them who really running the show like that. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I think it's time that they let the reins up and
pass the ball.
Yeah, pass the baton or pass the ball.
That is a hard thing, boy. Culturally, we not there, boy.
We don't like to give it up.
Yeah, remember from that whole thing with the Queen and the older ones of management, we not like I see in certain countries who now instilling youthful leadership. I think France have a young leader. Some next country again have a young leader. And you see any difference in how the country is run by just that youthful injection of leadership. But we not there now. We still have that old school thing where we ain't really giving the youths.
Nothing.
Yeah, we ain't ready to give them that space yet.
Damn.
So we going down till 70-something till we going down dying.
Yeah. And I mean, it's Westminster. And its nature is Westminster. It's like the older, the wiser head is somebody who would not be able to give a better experience. But I think he's supposed to be in a counseling role. I think it's supposed to have a younger person and this old man
counseling
supposed to be like, hey, I see where you're going through. But in 2019, 70-something, this was going on here and it happened already. Don't be
Cricket doing it good enough.
Yeah.
Cricket is cricket.
Cricket is the only thing where I see now, like, those who did well, like you had Lara and them as mentors now for
and
certain
you actually
teams.
seen the benefit of it.
Now you even seen, look, Dwayne is now in a mentorship / coach role for Afghanistan in this World Cup, this cricket World Cup.
Afghanistan coming.
Now Pollard also playing that role for England in that World Cup. So they're showing where, hey, and them men is not old men, but they're still giving them that leadership role.
Like
Men in the 30s, yeah, and they're still giving them.
I think.
Bravo, I think.
Bravo in the 30s.
Yeah, they're still giving them that leadership role so young, and I think we need to adapt that across the board where, you give a man a chance, boy.
The kind of ignorance that exists in Trinidad is like, we talking, it's always good to hear everybody say, hey, there's the answer.
And when we come down to the facts, the brass tacks, is whoever had the power going and lock the gate,
Nobody doing it.
and who didn't know, they go and tell you, hey, all right, come pass it. Who you don't know? This gate, I don't have the key.
That's how it is with everything. Just,
Yeah,
just by the
boy.
way. That's with everything. So,
So
Yeah.
you just gotta, I mean, be the best, try to be the best always do, and, you know, somehow opportunities will, that door open, you know?
Network, yeah?
But again,
network. So, final words?
Final words.
Network. Final words, network. Especially for the younger ones, boy. I feel like that era of growing up thinking that, you know, you work hard, you get all this subjects, so you get this, it going and just give you opportunities like that. It's just really and truly the right people out there see you, and know that you're capable. So I would advise networking is just as important as the hard work that you put in what you want to do. That's the bottom line, because we are now exposing a world of faces that we think are great, but really and truly it have a man who real good enough, but nobody know him.
Michael Jordan, brother. Michael Jordan, brother. They say he was the better player.
good
Nobody know him. So yeah, just put yourself in the right place, man, and keep working.
big dog.
Yeah. All right, so when you're coming back on the pod by the junction, anyway, not trying. Hey, it was very fun over there. This was cool. This was cool.
Don't mind the little rain was a little,
Yeah. But nowadays are vibes, man. Congratulations, guys, on episode 51.
thousands more to come.
Now, I want to try to get the best picture of you in terms of what I'm going to use as the
So
thumbnail.
there, hands holding, caressing, touching, slapping, fighting, feet walking. Don't mix up the two. Right? Do good every time, good will follow.
Hey.
That's all, folks.